Wait a minute, I know what you're thinking. Opera is boring, right? In fact, when you imagine opera in your head, you probably think of something like this. Or maybe you imagine this. Yeah, I have no idea what he said either. But the truth is, opera is actually really cool. Maybe you don't know exactly what an opera is. Well, opera shows are kind of like musicals, except they have even more singing. Sometimes they're in other languages, but don't worry, there are English operas too. They perform in beautiful concert halls, in front of thousands of people. And that audience pays for tickets to see these amazing performers. The characters on stage have elaborate costumes, as well as amazing sets and props. There are all types of operas all over the world in different countries. They act out and sing the story on stage. These stories can include mystery, action, comedy, and, of course, love. These performers train for years to be able to sing such difficult music. Classical opera singing has even made its way to modern television. So here's the big news. The Professional Virginia Opera is coming to our school. That's right. They only chose 16 schools in the whole state of Virginia, and we are one of them. Not only are these professional performers coming to our school to put on an awesome show, but they are coming for free. They have put on tons of amazing shows in the past, and they are going to do one right here for us at Fred Lynn. The show that they will be performing is called Deep River, Marian Anderson's Journey. This is perfect timing because we just celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day last weekend. You guys all know who Martin Luther King was. He was the activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement. And you've all probably heard of his famous "I Have a Dream" speech.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
So who is Marian Anderson? Well, she was one of the most famous classical singers of the 20th century. She sang all over the world, and her career lasted over 4 decades. In fact, she was the first African American to appear at the Metropolitan Opera, so she was kind of a big deal. She did face some struggles, however. Years before Martin Luther King, a group called the Daughters of the American Revolution refused to let Marian Anderson perform at Constitution Hall. But thankfully, the First Lady at the time, Eleanor Roosevelt, arranged to bring the performance to the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., so that Marian could sing. So, on Easter Sunday in 1939, Marian Anderson sang in front of more than 75,000 people. She was broadcast on the radio to millions of more listeners all around America. And little did she know that nearly a quarter century later, Martin Luther King would deliver his "I Have a Dream" speech in the exact same spot. Marian's singing was more powerful than any racial divide, and her performance broke down many barriers. Marian's performance that day made her a key figure in the civil rights movement. Marian Anderson's career continued for many years after that, and she sang a variety of music such as spirituals, arias, art songs, and more. So, if you guys get a chance, think about or discuss the following questions before the big show on Friday. So, I know we all love Fridays already, but I hope you guys are all especially excited for this Friday's big performance by the Professional Virginia Opera.